So let me quickly show you the method for enclosing yarn in front post double crochet stitches I used in all my previous projects. I made 3 stitches and I'm going to enclose yarn in the next stitch. So I start my front post double crochet stitch, pull up a loop, and I bring yarn 1 up front, finish my stitch, and taking yarn 1 back, and then making 3 more stitches, and then enclosing yarn 1 in the next stitch again. So that leaves a strand on the wrong side. Here I enclose that yarn in this stitch. And the downside of this method, though it's very neat and the yarn is not picking on the right side, looks very good, but first of all, we wouldn't enclose yarn in every stitch because it's a lot of steps taking this yarn up front, back, and also every time you enclose yarn in front post stitch, your working ends get twisted. So if you make it a few times, with each time they twist more and more and more. So you end up with a lot of untwisting after a sequence of a few front post double crochet stitches. And also that leaves those strands on one side. If you're not lining your project, it's going to be there. Now I'm about to demonstrate you the method for enclosing yarn in front post double crochet stitches that would not cause any ends twisting. That method was shown to me by Caroline Brown, a member of Outstanding Crochet and Friends group on Facebook, the group I created for a pattern support. She was making a Corfu bag and apparently one day was so frustrated with twisted ends that she invented this method. So let's begin. You make your front post double crochet as usual, and when you have 2 loops and hook and about to make last yarn over and draw it through 2 loops and hook, take your hook behind both ends and then yarn over 2 and draw it through 2 loops and hook. Let's make another one. Again, hook behind both ends and yarn over 2. You can pull this blue yarn and stretch it out, retaining stretchability of your work, of your project. Let's take a look at the wrong side. You can see this yarn enclosed in every stitch. I made the previous round the same way. The difference is that you can see blue yarn picking a little bit between stitches, but like here, but when you make next round in those stitches, front post stitches in this previous round, you see that they covered that picking between front post stitches. So it's a very good method, mainly because you don't have any twisted ends to deal with. Let's thank Caroline Brown for this new method. Thank you, Caroline.